Good morning and welcome to Ride and Shine Cruising Mornings at Greenway, Chrysler Dodge, Jeep Ram, right here in Anniston, Alabama. Coming live to you from this dealership every morning, weekday morning, Monday through Friday. You can tell it's a Monday, January 29th. We are approaching the end of the month and we are having a great month here. This is our top of our second week here at Ride and Shine. So we want to thank all of our viewers that tuned in with us last week. It was a really fun week. We had a lot of great guests, community guests that came in, and we are looking forward to even more of those. We have some guests lined up for this week that we're excited about. And if you would like to be our guest, please let us know. Give us a comment on our Facebook page, send us an email, send us a direct message, give us a call. You can always call right here at the dealership. And Ed, I'm going to put you on the spot. What is the phone number for the dealership? Uh-oh. Well, we'll make sure to put that on the bottom of the screen so you know how to call in.
So that's why I don't know.
You don't know it. You're always here.
That's right. So I don't know.
Well, I'm going to tell you it's 256-503. No, tell me again. 530-256. Okay, hold on. It's Monday. It is Monday. 256-530-8256. So that is how you can call in. Final answer.
That's
if
great.
not,
I
we'll
don't
put
even
it
know
on
the
the
phone number.
screen. But you know what you can do is you can go to Google and you can search Greenway CDJR in Anniston, and that will give you all the information on how to get in contact with us.
Because obviously we don't know.
Because obviously we don't know, but that's
Right.
okay. We need to learn that phone number.
Yes, we do.
We'll
Yeah.
make sure to do that. But yeah, you're always here. It's hard to call in, right?
Yeah, I don't call the phone number, so I mean,
Yeah. Oh, well, as we said, it is Monday,
Yes.
January 29th, and I am joined here with Ed Pyle. He is the general manager here at Greenway CDJR. I hope you had a great weekend. How were things? Y'all sold a lot of cars this weekend?
yeah, it was a good weekend, even though the weather kind of hampered a little bit Friday and Saturday. But I mean, still got to sell cars, and people still got to come in and get things taken care of. So I mean, yeah, it was a good weekend. So I mean, we had a good weekend.
And we got a new setup here.
We do. We got some new tables. You
Yeah.
told me we couldn't have the other one no more, so we had to go out and get some new ones. We had to sell some cars so we could get some chairs.
There we go. Might be a little easier for our guests
Right.
to hear. And Noah, our camera guy, who we appreciate and just think is awesome, felt like this would be a little bit easier too as far as camera angles.
Right. So we'll see if it helps us out.
Yeah.
We might need it.
Yeah. It's always good to have good angles, right?
Right.
Well, yeah, so this is the start of our second week.
Mm-hmm.
Does it feel like it, or does it feel like longer, or?
No, I mean it as the week went on last week, I think that we started getting a little more familiar with how we were going to do things, and like you said, we had some good guests, and I think even after the show on Friday, you had a guy come over and wanted to talk to you a little
Yeah.
bit. So I mean that's good. I mean and the more we do this, the more we get out there. I mean, they're either going to like us or they're not going to like us, right? I mean,
Well, I think you're giving them all the reasons to like you. You're
Right.
taking care of your customers. You're involved in the community. You're supporting the things in the community. I mean, that's what's not to like
right.
there.
And
so.
well, I mean, we're a little under a month, or well, a little over a month to that car show that we were talking about
Yeah.
too. So that's going to be a big deal. But anyway, I mean,
Yeah, I enjoyed, as you mentioned, there was a gentleman that was waiting on service. He said he brings his vehicle here only to get serviced. He did wish that he would have watched the show and known about the taxes while he was waiting. He said, I could have done my taxes while I'm waiting.
he did say that, and he was here for a little while. So I mean, it would have worked out perfect. So that would have been good. That hasn't really taken off the way we thought yet. But I mean, I think it's still a little bit early. I mean, people are still waiting because I don't even think you can file your taxes until.
Yeah.
I think it's maybe it's this week, so I think that
Those
you can finally submit
1099s
them
are coming in. The 31st is when you can.
Oh, okay.
And those 1099s are starting to roll in, or
Okay.
W-2s and all that information. And
Yeah, because they have the end of the month to get the W-2, so.
yeah, so though I have a feeling come 1st of February, this is going to be a service that people will definitely be excited about and taking advantage of.
Yeah, I think it'll be good.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, and if you are just tuning in and aren't aware, there is a tax service, Mr. Max Tax Service, who will be here Monday through Friday. Actually has an office set up right here to where you can call, set an appointment, come in, get your taxes done. If you are looking to purchase a vehicle with your tax refund, then there's possibilities of advancements to where they can have their cash down,
Right.
to where it's a one-stop shop. If you're looking for a vehicle, come in, get your taxes done, utilize that down payment or that refund as your down payment. But it is not limited to those who are purchasing a vehicle. So even if you just want a convenient place to come in and get your taxes done, or as we've said, if you were waiting on service, if you need to get a routine maintenance done and you're wondering how to make great use of your time while you're waiting, because it does take time to do an oil change and to make sure.
Yeah. Especially if there's people over there too.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, and your service technicians are not going to hurry through something.
No, they don't.
They shouldn't.
No, because I mean that puts a lot of people at risk. You know,
Yes.
I mean, we don't do our job, and that puts a lot of people at risk. So I mean, yeah, they're gonna do their job, and you know, like you said, I mean, when you get your taxes done or you're doing something, you don't notice how long it's taken. So
Yeah, really, you're killing two birds with one stone.
yeah,
Isn't that the
absolutely.
adage?
So, yeah, I mean that's we had a couple people that's done that so far, but I mean again. I think that, you know, the more we get involved in it and things of that sort, I think that it's going to be a good benefit for everybody.
I do too. Yeah, when I told that gentleman that, he was like, "Oh."
Right.
So make sure that you're sharing that information with your friends. You can share it via our Facebook and let people know to tune in, because this is going to be all about community. We have a lot of fun segments, fun guests, fun giveaways, let you know about current events that are happening here in the community. We had Kim Boyd on from the Chamber of Commerce, and we're going to get more involved with that. And we had a county commissioner in the other day, Terry Howell, and you know, we decided to do a adoption day here at the dealership for animals.
That's right.
So we're going to be contacting the Humane Society soon and getting that arranged. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it should be. It should be a real good time.
Yeah, he's worried because
wind up with one at home?
wind up
Yeah,
with another
yeah.
dog. But that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, my family will love that. You know,
Hey, you know, it would be really great to get a mascot for the store.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How fun would that
You just have
be?
to come up and take the dog out every day. But,
Well,
I mean,
that's okay. Somebody would have to take the dog home around.
Yeah.
That's what Eric, our
Yeah,
producer, is
Eduardo do
thinking.
that.
Oh, Eduardo
Yeah,
needs a friend.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he does need a friend.
Yeah, he could speak Spanish and English to
That's
the
right,
dog. We
yeah.
would have the first bilingual dog.
Yeah, there you go.
As a mascot. Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, that'd be good.
But yeah, I mean, who knows? If there's just that certain dog that's a fit, but for the dealership. But really, what we want to do is make sure everyone is aware that there is a local humane society that they can go adopt. I mean, it's an amazing thing to adopt an animal, and also spay and neutering.
Right.
So there's tickets available called snippet tickets, and these were things that we were talking about the other day, that you can actually get a discount on spay and neutering.
Oh.
Because sometimes people don't spay and neuter their animals because of the expense.
It is expensive. I mean, obviously, you know, we have health insurance and stuff like that. Well, there's not a lot of options out there for the animals.
Yeah, and we got to feed them and
Oh, yeah.
give them all of their routine, like heartworm preventions
Shots
and flea and
yeah.
ticks and shots, and
Yeah.
it does get expensive, but it's a lot. It is a lot cheaper to spay and neuter your animal
They
up
keep having
front.
more and more.
They keep
Yeah,
having
right.
more and
That-
more.
yeah, that's right.
Because then that's an expense and for everyone, not just you at that point, it's everybody.
That's right.
And they do have animal insurance.
Oh.
There are options
Oh,
to
okay.
get. Yeah.
Well, you can see I didn't even know about that. So.
Well, maybe when we have our guests in and we have that adoption day, we'll all get to learn so many things.
I'm sure I'm not the only one that didn't know that. So.
No,
yeah.
sure. Yeah. I mean, I've only known because I've known people who have had to do that for their animals
Okay.
because of like big, expenses.
Right.
So just like
They're
having
definitely
warranties and insurance
Yeah,
and all those
that's
things.
a good thing. I mean, that really is. So that way you're able to, afford things. I mean, I know that one of the, we had a procedure done for one of ours, and I mean, it was $8,000. I mean, obviously, we don't just have $8,000 lying around, but you don't
No.
want to just let your, there's only two options, obviously, and the second option isn't a very good one. So they did work with us, and they gave us the opportunity to make payments and stuff like that. So I mean, it worked out
Yeah.
real well. But I didn't realize that they had health. I mean,
now you
insurance.
know.
Yeah, that's great. It'd be a lot easier to do that than pay the $8,000. So
Oh,
that's for sure.
absolutely. Well, it's the start of the week, and I'd love to know what the weather is going to shake out. I know it kind of the cold moved back in. We had a few days of warm weather, and then that rain, I guess, pushed the cold in.
Right.
But we have an expert on that, Miss Lacey Clontz, and so she's going to give us a weather update, and then we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. You're watching Ride and Shine Cruising Mornings at Greenway CDJR right here in Anniston, Alabama. We'll be right back.
Good morning, everyone. Hey, great news. We are not seeing any chance of rain these next few days, but we are seeing some fairly lower temperatures. Today, the high is getting up to 52 degrees. Tomorrow, it's getting up to 60 degrees, which is fairly warmer. And then Wednesday, it's getting up to 55 degrees. And again, no chance of rain. I know a lot of you are very happy about that. I'm Lacey Clontz with your TV24 weather.
Thank you for coming to Greenway. At Greenway classes, we have all the vehicles that you want. We are here part of your family, and we want to make sure that you give us that opportunity under the new management that we have. Yo quisiera que ustedes sepan que aquí en Greenway estamos nosotros dispuestos a hacerlos a ustedes nuestra familia. Avísenos cuando estén listos y vengan a vernos con todos los vehículos y las necesidades que tengan.
Come visit us today.
At Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
Bama Sheds and Pole Barns, locally and family owned with the best customer service. Custom built to fit your needs with free delivery and setup. Design and price online or stop by and see what we can do for you. Nobody beats our prices and nobody beats our quality. Built in Alabama, made in Alabama. BamaSheds.com.
Hi, Jake, Regional Vice President of LSI Staffing. LSI Staffing is a privately owned and family-operated business that was established in 1986. We specialize in commercial, light industrial staffing, warehouse, manufacturing, production, and assembly. If you're a company in the area looking for a new staffing partner, we'd love to talk to you. If you're an employee looking for a great job that offers benefits day one and competitive pay, come see us. Once again, you can find us at www.lsistaffing.com.
You need strength, resilience, and hope to face life challenges. And I found all three at Gaston State Community College. I'm Jada Pickens, an office administration student at Gaston State's Ayers campus in Anniston. Along with attending classes, I work full-time. Life is very demanding. There's a real sense of support at Gaston State. The faculty and staff care about us as individuals and want us to thrive in the classroom and in life. Thank you, Gaston State, for giving me the wings to fly to new, unexpected heights.
Thank you for coming to Greenway. At Greenway classes, we have all the vehicles that you want. We are here part of your family, and we want to make sure that you give us that opportunity under the new management that we have. Yo quisiera que ustedes sepan que aquí en Greenway estamos nosotros dispuestos a hacerlos a ustedes nuestra familia. Avísenos cuando estén listos y vengan a vernos con todos los vehículos y las necesidades que tengan.
Come visit us today.
Good morning and welcome back to Ride and Shine Cruising Mornings at Greenway CDJR. It's a great start to the morning. It's Monday, January 29th, and this is our second week, the start of our second week. You can tell it's Monday. We are having fun. We're trying to wake up here, get ready for a week. It's been a really great weekend, a busy weekend for you guys. Definitely, I've had a little busy weekend myself. So
Right.
We are joined, of course, with Ed Powell, who is the general manager here. And then this guy, Casey Edwards. And Casey, what's your title here at the dealership?
Sales manager, general all-around person. How about in finance? Help out with inventory, help out appraising, help out anywhere we can, really.
So kind of anything.
Anything and everything.
Yeah. Well, we've been asking Casey to get on the camera with us, and every day he's had a reason why he couldn't. But today we weren't taking no for an answer.
Well, I mean, I've been told I have a face for radio, so I was trying to do everything I can to avoid the camera.
Oh, well, now our viewers won't mind. So as long as you have some interesting things to say, so you have to
gosh.
make up for it, right?
It's too early. It's too early to be interesting.
It is early, but that's okay. There's some things we can talk about, surely. So tell us about a typical day in your world, as far as in the car business.
So it's first thing in the morning. You know, we get in 7:30ish. Take a look at the internet leads from the previous couple of days. You know, they get assigned out to the salespeople. We initially start working them. And then as soon as we open, we do a sales meeting, and then from there, whatever happens, happens.
It's ready.
You know, the best laid plans, as soon as the first customer shows up, are completely out the window.
Yeah.
And then from there, is we just try to do the best we can to, you know, sell as many cars and put as many people into new, you know, cars as we can.
That is one of the exciting things about the car business, is that everything is always changing. It's always different. There's not two situations that are exactly the same. Do you enjoy that aspect?
No, absolutely. I mean, you never, no matter what, that next person could be the next sale. You know, and there always is, you know, a little bit of, you know, almost like a poetic theme to it. Is no matter how bad things are getting, the next one can turn everything around.
Yeah.
The next person that walks through the door could be everything you need to be able to. You know, it could be that mother that has to get a new car and she's in an unsafe car with her kids that you're able to help out, and it just completely changes the way that your day was going.
Yeah, being able to help people and have
Exactly.
those awesome feeling of when somebody gets a new car and they're excited and they have reliable transportation.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a lot of feel good.
Exactly. A lot of feel good. I mean, there's definitely some struggles and some stresses that come with it, but you know, when you finally are able to put that deal together with that person, I mean, it just makes it just the best feeling in the world.
What do you think some of the common misconceptions are about the car business? That's a big one, huh?
Ed, do you want to start that?
I mean, you know, the misconceptions always, it's going to never probably go away. I mean, it's always, you know, you come in here and you know, the salesmen are going to, you know, just try to put you in something you don't want to be in, or they don't listen to you, or that, you know, they're only there to make the money. They're only there to continue the mystique of the old car salesman. Well, if you look around, there's no old car salesman no more. I mean, that whole mantra is gone. And like we've talked about before, Courtney, I mean, and Casey's part of it too. Our goal is to come in and have people feel more welcomed about what's going on. I mean, we get donuts, we get coffee, you know, we're revamping the service department over there as far as the wait. I mean, we're trying to make it more convenient and more comfortable for people, like we talked about with the taxes and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's just it's a different feeling that we want people to feel right now. We don't want them to feel like it's the same old car dealership, the same old things. And it's all different now. I mean, a lot of the stuff's done on the internet, like Casey was saying, which is a big part of this business. I mean, huge part of this business. I mean, it's almost reverted to the internet, because people are so much more educated now when they come in to buy a vehicle. Then they know more than we know. I mean, sometimes that's hurtful for them because they might know too much. But at the end of the day, that makes our job so much easier, because they come in, they put their finger on this, they say this is what we want to do, and our job's to figure out how to make that happen. So I mean, it again, like Casey said, it's a good feeling when you're able to do things to help people. And now granted, I mean, I'm not trying to make it out like we work in a hospital and we're doing surgery or anything like that. But I mean, it is. I mean, because some of these deals are not something that you can just snap your fingers and put somebody in a car. I mean, some of these deals absolutely take some time. I mean, second chance opportunities. He's got to get on the phone and call the bank, which a lot of times you're getting them to buy the customer, so you got to make a case for them to understand. Look, we're trying to help this person. Here's what this person's doing. Well, if we don't have all that information built up, or we don't know all that information, we're not able to get on the phone and do that kind of stuff. So I mean, I don't want to bore everybody with the life of the car speed, but I mean, truthfully, that's kind of how the process works. Now granted, some people come in, boom, they buy this and they can do whatever they want to do, and 15 minutes later they're buying a car and everything's great. But them are not the ones that are time consuming, and them are not the ones I don't think that Casey's talking about. I think it's like he said, the ones that maybe been through a divorce, maybe been had lost their job, or COVID, all that kind of stuff, got sick, couldn't help it, and you got all these bills and stuff like that. Well, you got to call the bank because they need a vehicle too. So you're going to try to get on the phone and you're going to try to help these people out. And the more that the people out there in the community know that we're here to help them rather than hindrance them, I mean, I think that's a big deal. Just like back here in service, you bring your vehicle in here for service. Our job's not to sit here and skyrocket the bill so that way you can't afford it. Our job's to sit there and tell you everything that you need that would make your vehicle safe, because a lot of people's got kids. You're putting your kids in there, your family, your husband, whoever, wife. I mean, you don't want to put somebody in a vehicle that's not safe, and sometimes you have to feel like you do, because you can't afford all the stuff that you need to. I mean, there's only so much money. So anyway, that's enough of my mouth. I mean, I know you put Casey up here to talk, but I mean, truthfully, that's kind of how we look at it here. We have conversations about that throughout the day. We talk about all the deals throughout the day. If he needs help, he'll come and talk to me. I mean, he'll talk to Eduardo. I mean, it's more of a situation to where everybody here sits here and try, and we're all in the same goal. I mean, it's all to sit here. I mean, if we don't sell cars, we don't stay open. But if we don't sell cars, we don't our name's not out there in the community either. So
Exactly. Well, Casey, do you have anything to add to that?
Well, so the biggest misconception that I get all the time is the fact that a lot of people think the dealership controls the payment, where in fact that we don't. So the banks are the ones that are going to determine the interest rate and the term that they're willing to finance the car for, and from there it's just us.
and how much?
Well, yeah, and how much most of the times, A lot of times the banks are asking right now for $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 down. I mean, sometimes we can get that waived, but I mean, we're seeing that on some cars they'll only finance it 48 months, and then we're the bad guys because it's oh well, you guys need to get my payment lower. Well, unfortunately the bank gave me these parameters. This is I'm handcuffed to this.
Well, and a lot of times like what you're saying is you're on the phone trying to get them the help that you can even get. I mean, sometimes you're fighting just to get there. Well, they want a shorter term. What would be the reason why they would want a shorter term? A bank. What would make more sense to them because of a shorter term?
Right. So they calculate everything based on risk. So the higher mileage of the car, the more the older it is, the shorter the life expectancy is of the car. So the bank doesn't want to be exposed with that much risk. So they end up shortening the term, because the last thing they want is to give somebody a loan for 6 years on a car that the bank thinks it's not going to last 2 years. So they'll end up shortening that down to a 2, 3, or 4 year loan to be able to reduce their risk.
And a lot of times, the understanding of, I'm going to go in there and I want this vehicle because it's $10,000. Why would that be something that might not work in their favor?
So again, it all comes back to the risk perspective for the bank. The bank doesn't want that much exposure, because that higher mileage, cheaper car, it's not even financeable. just because of the year and the mileage on it, because it's hit its life expectancy in the bank's eyes.
So a lot of times, not to cut you off, but a lot of times just to kind of let you know that just because it's $10,000 doesn't necessarily mean that that's the car that's going to fit in their budget.
Exactly.
I mean, something that it has lesser miles or something of that nature, you may be able to spread out longer, and you may be able to get that payment lower than what you'd actually be able to get for something that has higher miles and cheaper.
Exactly. A $16,000 car financed over 72 months is going to be a lot lower payment than a $10,000 car that's financed for 24, 36 months.
Right.
Well, hey, I want to continue this conversation because I think that's so important, and a lot of things that we don't always think about when we're going shopping for a vehicle is, just because you have this budget at $10,000 doesn't mean that's actually what's going to fit into your best interest.
Correct.
Maybe even you could get a better rate, which would make your payments about the same if you get a $15,000 versus a $10,000.
Exactly.
So we're going to elaborate that. You don't go anywhere, but we have to go take it to a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching Ride and Shine, Cruising Mornings at Greenway CDJR right here in Anniston.
Good morning, everyone. Hey, great news. We are not seeing any chance of rain these next few days, but we are seeing some fairly lower temperatures. Today, the high is getting up to 52 degrees. Tomorrow, it's getting up to 60 degrees, which is fairly warmer. And then Wednesday, it's getting up to 55 degrees. And again, no chance of rain. I know a lot of you are very happy about that. I'm Lacey Klontz with your TV24 weather.
Thank you for coming to Greenway. At Greenway Classes, we have all the vehicles that you want. We are here part of your family, and we want to make sure that you give us that opportunity under the new management that we have. Yo quisiera que ustedes sepan que aquí en Greenway estamos nosotros dispuestos a hacerlos a ustedes, nuestra familia. Avísenos cuando estén listos y vengan a vernos con todos los vehículos y las necesidades que tengan.
Come visit us today.
At Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
Bama Sheds and Pole Barns, locally and family owned with the best customer service. Custom built to fit your needs with free delivery and setup. Design and price online or stop by and see what we can do for you. Nobody beats our prices and nobody beats our quality. Built in Alabama, made in Alabama. BamaSheds.com.
Hi, Jake, Regional Vice President of LSI Staffing. LSI Staffing is a privately owned and family-operated business that was established in 1986. We specialize in commercial, light industrial staffing, warehouse manufacturing, production, and assembly. If you're a company in the area looking for a new staffing partner, we'd love to talk to you. If you're an employee looking for a great job that offers benefits day one and competitive pay, come see us. Once again, you can find us at www.lsistaffing.com.
You need strength, resilience, and hope to face life challenges. and I found all 3 at Gaston State Community College. I'm Jada Pickens, an office administration student at Gaston State's Ayers campus in Anniston. Along with attending classes, I work full-time. Life is very demanding. There's a real sense of support at Gaston State. The faculty and staff care about us as individuals and want us to thrive in the classroom and in life. Thank you, Gaston State, for giving me the wings to fly to new, unexpected heights.
Thank you for coming to Greenway. At Greenway classes, we have all the vehicles that you want. We are here part of your family, and we want to make sure that you give us that opportunity under the new management that we have. Yo quisiera que ustedes sepan que aquí en Greenway estamos nosotros dispuestos a hacerlos a ustedes nuestra familia. Avísenos cuando estén listos y vengan a vernos con todos los vehículos y las necesidades que tengan.
Come visit us today.
Welcome back. You're watching Ride and Shine Cruising Mornings right here live from Greenway CDJR. Again, I got Casey decided to stay and join us. I don't know if we gave him a choice, but I'm here joined by Casey Edwards and Ed Powell. They both work right here at the car dealership, and I appreciate y'all for inviting me in to spend my mornings with you and with our audience. And when we went to break, we were talking about financing and how sometimes a common misconception is that you actually do the lending here. So what you do is you work on behalf of the customers and work with different banks and lenders that you have set up to try to find the absolute best possible outcome for the customer, right? And we were talking about cash down. Now that's something that you're not requiring. That's something that the bank is asking for. Why does the bank take a deal more seriously if there's cash down?
So it shows an investment from the consumer, right? It shows an investment from whoever is, taking out the loan. If you're willing to put, 10, 15, 20% down, it shows them that you're more likely to see the loan out to, fruition, to go all the way out with it, to make your payments because you have skin in the game.
Okay.
I was a underwriter for a secondary, like a second chance finance company, and what we saw is when somebody put $3,000 down, they had almost a 0% loss rate.
Oh, wow.
When somebody put nothing down, there was like a 45% loss rate. And some of that has to do with the cars that we were financing at the time too. But from us, as soon as we saw that somebody was putting $3,000 down, didn't matter what car it was, they were approved. I'm not saying that's
that's always
I'm not saying that's every bank
Well,
every
it's
time.
a lot different now too,
Right.
Especially with the chances that are out there in the economy and any time you run in, and that's another thing. Sometimes you get to the point to where things start getting tightened up, just because of inflation and all that kind of stuff plays a huge role into it. But like what Casey's saying, with the banks, I mean, we're the ones that are sitting there sending over the information, and the more information we have from a customer, or more investment we have from the customer, or more track record we have from a customer, that's going to be where they're going to sit there and they're going to fight for the customer, and the customer's going to reap the rewards of it because they're going to be in a better situation. Now, granted, you don't have to put money down. You don't have to do any of that kind of stuff. And a lot of times, people who don't put money down and things of that sort, I mean, they've earned that right not to do that. So, I mean, it's people who are looking for, like I said, it's been through tough times, looking for a second opportunity, or something like that, or been through maybe a divorce, or been through, different things that really put them in a situation to where, now the bank's looking for a reason why they would want to prove it. So
Take
I mean,
a chance on
exactly. I mean, and that's what they're doing. I mean, they're taking a chance on them, and they're loaning their money to somebody. So that's another thing that everybody's going to understand. That's their money that they're loaning out for somebody to have an opportunity to buy a vehicle, and that's a big thing. Second largest purchase again. I mean, I don't want to say that every day, but I mean it is. It's really one of the. I mean, unless you're in farming or something like that, that's about the only thing that or buying boats or something of that nature.
Truck driver,
a big truck. Yeah, I mean that. Otherwise, you're going to be. This is a huge investment that you're signing up for. So
and one you have to have, just like you have.
There's no question
if
about
you're
it.
going to have a job, you have to have reliable
Yeah, you
transportation.
got to be able to get to and from work.
Yeah, and this area in particular is not one that offers public transportation because it's so
Right.
spread out. You know,
Right.
Calhoun County is
Absolutely.
such a large,
Yeah.
area, and so if you want to have a successful job, do banks look at vehicles that are like under warranty versus not under warranty as a better risk for them?
I mean, yes and no. It's more of the actual mileage cap itself.
Okay.
Than whether or not it's still in or out of warranty. Because you have some brands that have, a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, but if it's a car with 95,000 miles that's still under warranty, no matter what, it's viewed as a car with 95,000 miles.
Yeah, and that's because if something does happen to it and somebody can't afford it at that point, they're more likely to let it go back. And so
Exactly.
that's
they
a
could
larger
because they can't
risk.
afford, again, like what we talked about, the initial service work. I mean, because obviously service is not cheap. Parts are not cheap. Labor is not cheap anywhere. And that's any dealership you go into. But going back just for a second to what you were saying, it's not so much that it being under warranty, it's having the ability to purchase a warranty, or does it qualify for something that may be, because like Casey's saying, if it's got 95,000 miles on it and it's within the, a decent year and stuff like that, you can always go back and put a warranty on there. So now the bank will see it that way. Now, if it's got 160, 170,000 miles on it and you can't even put a warranty on there, then
Right.
there's a lot more risk for a bank. Now, again, credit does buy the loan. So, I mean, if you have impeccable credit or you have very good credit and you've got that track record that you're going to pay your bills and you're not just going to decide all of a sudden today you're going to stop paying your bills, they have a pretty good chance of being able to get a loan. But now, again, that and see, we're getting into more rattling things off, but I mean, again, you're more risk for a bank anyway, so the interest rate's going to be higher. There's just a lot of
Right.
different things, Courtney, that's going to qualify somebody for different vehicles. But I just wanted to make sure that just because you're looking at something with 95,000 miles doesn't necessarily mean that the bank's going to look at it with that much risk, because there's the opportunity, like when you go into finance and stuff like that, you can get gap insurance, you can get your maintenance paid for, you can get warranty. There's a lot of different things that'll help a bank understand that.
Sure. And sometimes people are very quick to say no to these things that you just talked about, like extended service contracts and gap insurance, which is so important. I mean, those are things that you offer because there's value in that. That's protecting your customer against unexpected financial obligations.
Well, one of the key things that you just said was protection. That's what it is. It's not. It's a lot of people think it's a ploy. A lot of people think that, oh, here comes some more, additional stuff that added on it. Until you're sitting over there in the service department and you get, and especially on used vehicles. Just because I take care of a vehicle this way does not mean that Casey's going to take care of his vehicle this way, or you'll take care of your vehicle that way. It doesn't mean that you're buying a bad car, but if you're not doing, the flushes, you're not doing all this other kind of stuff that in our heads a lot of times is perception that it's just us trying to get more money. Right, exactly. But again, sometimes you can't afford that. Sometimes I can't afford to get my radiator flushed or something, whatever, because that's not cheap. But if you protect yourself and things of that sort, it's a lot easier for me to have $30, $40 more of a payment to where I'm covered for the next 5-6 years, compared to sitting over there in service and somebody come and tell me that I got to come up with $2,500, because then, and I'm just throwing numbers out there. I mean,
Sure.
but, like you said, a lot of people are working, in unfortunately paycheck to paycheck and things of that sort. So I tell you got to come up with $2,500. What's going to happen? Right. Exactly, and we see that all day
you
long
offer
too.
finance options to your service department. Is that through the dealership, or is that something that you have to be approved for as well?
It's actually called Sunbit. It's through an outside lender, but they give you 0% for 6 months, and I mean, you don't pay any interest for the first 6 months. So whatever that payment would be, you just pay that, and basically they give you the opportunity. Because again, $2,500, $2,000, even $1,000, $500. At certain times, I mean, it's not there. So it's
and you
very
have to
difficult
work to make the money, and
Correct.
then it's that cycle. Now, gap insurance, we talked about that. Now, that is that's a really important thing, because cars, we hear all the time, a car is a depreciating asset, right? Tell us about that.
I would definitely say more of it's a depreciating liability versus an asset.
Okay.
But so gap insurance is guaranteed asset protection. So in the case of a total loss, a tree falls on your car, somebody rear ends you, rear end you, that's not going to total the car. But so anything that would end up totaling the car, the insurance company is going to view this is the value of the vehicle based on realistically what it can be replaced with versus this is what you owe. And it's better, I can actually have a graph drawn out for you.
Sure.
Later.
We love visuals.
Right.
Well, it's easier to explain sometimes.
It's
Sure.
a lot easier to explain.
Yeah.
But so the value of a vehicle, it doesn't work in the same way that the loan does. So your loan's gonna kind of go, it's not gonna decrease as much towards the beginning as it does towards the end, just because interest is being accrued on a larger amount of money. Vehicle's values, the moment it drives off the lot, is where it's gonna take its largest hit. So at that point, it creates a gap in terms of what the vehicle's worth versus what you owe. And gap insurance just pays that. In most cases, it also pays your insurance deductible.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, and not only that, but again, an added expense that if you don't, before you can get another loan, again, you could owe $2,000-3,000 difference in a vehicle. Just depends on how quickly something like that happens, and it might not even be your fault. It might be somebody else running into you, like you said, a tree falls on it at the house because of a storm. I mean, how many storms do we get here in Alabama? Yeah. Obviously, everybody knows that happens, but I mean, it might not even be your fault, and the little extra money that you're going to pay to protect yourself on something like that, again, they think that it's upselling. They think that, I don't need it, and you know what? Some people may not. Some people may be okay just taking $2,000 out of their pocket and paying it when it only, $10 a month saves you the whole period of time.
Well, I had a motorcycle get stolen, and it was the same thing. So I had financed in all the accessories that I put on my bike. The insurance company didn't care about it, so they valued it like $4,000 under what I owed.
Well,
so the gap insurance paid the difference. It paid my insurance deductible. And at that point, I was able to just kind of walk away clean because the bank wanted the additional money right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely, to pay it off. Otherwise, we've seen it to where people, don't have gap insurance, and it stays on there, and it goes into it shows as a repossession. It shows as a repossession on your vehicle
and you
because
don't want that.
you got that balance. Yep. And no matter what you sit there and tell somebody, it still shows as a repossession on your account. It doesn't go away, and it takes I forget how long it is.
7 years.
I was going to say
7 years before something falls off.
Yeah, just because you have insurance doesn't mean it's going to cover the entirety of what you owe on the car.
Right.
It's only going to pay what
they think it's worth.
Which is normally what trade-in value or.
I don't know
Not
what
even
it is.
how do they gauge it?
Well,
but your insurance company is going to try to.
I was just getting ready to say.
Let's say, I mean,
they're going to try to reduce the amount of money they have to pay no matter what.
Sure.
Well, because of the liability that they've already got. I mean, that's a liability for them. I mean, they're just taking money out of their pocket and handing it to you for something that happened. So I mean, obviously they're going to pay the least amount of money that they have to rather than the most. I mean, I know that they do give you a fair value though. I mean, I don't want to be negative towards that. I mean, I do know they do, but I mean, they don't calculate in the interest. They don't calculate accessories. They don't calculate anything like that. So if you don't, like he's saying, it's easier to show because once you get to a certain point in that loan, you will level out. But I mean, it could be 2, 3, 4 years down the road before you level out, and if something happens in that first 2, 3 years, again, you could be 20, 30% upside down especially if you don't put money down. So.
And you definitely want to have that. Now, you mentioned motorcycles. I see that we have one here in the showroom. Is this one that is for sale, or is this someone's motorcycle? What's the story of that?
It is for sale. We took it in on trade. It's a 2021 Harley-Davidson Street Glide Special. Deadwood denim. It's got 5,800 miles on it, and the thing for the most part is bone stock.
It is nice.
It wasn't somebody else's problem that they decided to trade into a car dealership. It wasn't tuned. It doesn't have 2-to-1 exhaust or anything like that. It's just bone stock. Nice, clean bike.
So you can trade in motorcycles for cars?
Oh, yeah.
Can you trade in a boat?
Trade whatever you want. If we take it. I mean, if we can find somebody that'll, like a boat, something like that, we'd have to find somebody that would, give us like a, we could lay it down somewhere, like at a boat store or something like that, but I mean, we definitely would take something like that.
Or a camper?
Rule of thumb is if we don't have to feed it, we'll take it in on trade.
Oh, there you go.
So we can't take
so
any
spouses are out of question.
No people, no cows.
Right, there you go.
Okay, so no animals, no spouses. But yeah, so like campers, like if somebody wants to trade in a camper, you can talk to our friends over at Camper Unlimited and see what the value is on that, and they can trade it in. We're going to have to get them in here
on a
sometime.
motorcycle. I mean, we could get you all set up, ready to go.
It's just a little bit of paperwork.
That's all.
Well, here we go. I might be driving off in my Harley. It is a good color. I
Yeah,
do love
absolutely.
green. That is one of my favorite colors, and
That
that's
is
a
good
really,
looking. On
it's
that
a really
bike it
great
is.
color there.
Yeah.
Well, cool. So even if you want to trade anything, I didn't even know that. Okay. So how long have you two been working together? Let me get personal for a minute.
3 months? 2 months?
October.
October. Yeah.
Okay. So how did that relationship come to be? Did you come in and apply? Did you seek him out?
So I was actually working at our River Chase Kia location.
Okay.
And so at the same time that Ed was brought up here, I was sent from River Chase Kia up here.
Oh, okay. So this was arranged marriage.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. It was arranged. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, it was an arrangement.
Okay. How's that working out?
It's going
good so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far. Well, I mean, we're still in the honeymoon stage.
That's
so.
it. Yeah.
That's true.
No,
That's very true.
That ran out real quick. I mean,
Yeah, as much time as you get to spend together. Huh?
Oh, yeah. No, I mean it's good. Casey's very knowledgeable of what he's doing up there at the sales desk. So I mean it's made my job easier. And you know, also having Eduardo up there, he came in with me from a different dealership.
Okay.
So he came. He followed me here. You may ask him. He may not like that no more. But I mean, it's.
Was there some jealousy? I got to
No,
hear
there's-
all about this. This
there's no
feels like we have a
jealousy.
telenovela starting,
No,
but we
there's
have
no
to go to
jealousy.
break just when it's getting juicy, y'all. We have to go to a break. But I think you're just going to have to stay right here and spend an
no, no,
entire
no.
morning
We'll-
with
we'll-
us.
That's exactly right.
So
Yeah, you
we'll
need
be
to
right
stay here
back.
and finish it
We'll
up.
be
No.
right back. We're going to have Casey and Ed back joining us. We're going to enjoy our nice warm coffee of cup of Joe Bell coffee. And I know you've already gotten into those blueberry donuts from
absolutely.
looking good, so save me one. But we'll be right back. You're watching Ride and Shine Cruising Mornings at Greenway CDJR. No, I'm not drinking coffee.
They don't have to know that.
Temperatures today, the high is getting up to 52 degrees. Tomorrow, it's getting up to 60 degrees, which is fairly warmer. And then Wednesday, it's getting up to 55 degrees. And again, no chance of rain. I know a lot of you are very happy about that. I'm Lacey Klontz with your TV24 weather.
Thank you for coming to Greenway. At Greenway Classes, we have all the vehicles that you want. We are here part of your family, and we want to make sure that you give us that opportunity under the new management that we have. Yo quisiera que ustedes sepan que aquí en Greenway estamos nosotros dispuestos a hacerlos a ustedes nuestra familia. Avísenos cuando estén listos y vengan a vernos con todos los vehículos y las necesidades que tengan.
Come visit us today.
Thank you for coming to Greenway. At Greenway Classes, we have all the vehicles that you want. We are here part of your family, and we want to make sure that you give us that opportunity under the new management that we have. Yo quisiera que ustedes sepan que aquí en Greenway estamos nosotros dispuestos a hacerlos a ustedes nuestra familia. Avísenos cuando estén listos y vengan a vernos con todos los vehículos y las necesidades que tengan.
Come visit us today.
You need strength, resilience, and hope to face life challenges. And I found all three at Gaston State Community College. I'm Jada Pickens, an office administration student at Gaston State's Ayers campus in Anniston. Along with attending classes, I work full-time. Life is very demanding. There's a real sense of support at Gaston State. The faculty and staff care about us as individuals and want us to thrive in the classroom and in life. Thank you, Gaston State, for giving me the wings to fly to new, unexpected heights.
Bama Sheds and Pole Barns. Locally and family owned with the best customer service. Custom built to fit your needs with free delivery and setup. Design and price online or stop by and see what we can do for you. Nobody beats our prices and nobody beats our quality. Built in Alabama, made in Alabama. BamaSheds.com.
Hi, Jake, Regional Vice President of LSI Staffing. LSI Staffing is a privately owned and family operated business that was established in 1986. We specialize in commercial, light industrial staffing, warehouse, manufacturing, production, and assembly. If you're a company in the area looking for a new staffing partner, we'd love to talk to you. If you're an employee looking for a great job that offers benefits day one and competitive pay, come see us. Once again, you can find us at www.lsistaffing.com.
At Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
Welcome back. It's Monday. Am I on? All right. So it is Monday morning, January 29th. It's definitely, we have the case of the Mondays. But this Joe Bell coffee is definitely helping turn that around. And those Looking Good donuts, too. We have them over there. I know Casey's gotten into the blueberry ones.
Absolutely.
Is that your favorite?
Yeah, the blueberry ones are absolutely my favorite.
Well, I haven't gotten to try a blueberry one because by the time I get to
not
have a
gonna start
donut,
today.
it's not going to start today. Oh, they're all going?
They're all gone.
Yeah.
Well, this is a really fun way to start the day, and again, we're at the beginning of our week 2. We're almost approaching the end of the month. What kind of things? What kind of specials? What kind of deals? What kind of is there really end of month specials, or every day is a special, and just every day is a good day to buy a car?
So I mean, to an extent, so every day is a good day to buy a car. So the manufacturers, at least Stellantis, they come out with their rebates and everything on the 3rd of each month. And then from there, it carries it all the way through. Now, one thing that does change is, we've got to hit a number by the end of the month.
Yeah.
So, Ed is a little bit more pliable with letting me do some deals that realistically the ownership probably wouldn't like.
Oh, okay.
Well, and like Casey said, I mean, we had this conversation I think last week. I mean, we have to sell a car today. We have to sell a car last week. There's not a better day to come in and buy a car. Now, granted, again, to hit a number with Chrysler and stuff like that. I mean, yes, we're going to do everything we can do to hit our number. But again, I mean, we're going to be just as aggressive today as we were on the 3rd or the 2nd or whatever day it was. So I mean, we like to stay. We don't like to load up at the end of the month and sell all the cars at one time.
Right.
We like to try to stay consistent throughout the month. Now,
Sure.
sometimes that changes and it does get busier towards the end of the month. But I think in people's minds, it's kind of gotten away. Obviously when I was a kid, you go in the last day of the month and everybody's in there screaming and hollering and
when you were a kid,
selling
they
cars.
didn't have financing.
Well, they didn't have the internet either. So I mean, there you go. So,
It was a whole, and
yeah,
they were
it was-
also smoking cigarettes in their offices.
smoking.
And so,
Not just in their offices.
oh no, just right out
Yeah,
here. We
you
would be
wouldn't
having
even be able to see us on TV.
we would already have a
Right.
whiskey
Yeah,
drink
that-
and a
yeah,
cigarette
that-
in our hands. Oh, the
What a
good
wonderful
old
time to be
days.
Well, you don't see many of them left. So, I mean, they smoke
Well, how
themselves
many
out of
cars
it.
do y'all need to sell for the last 3 days? Let's tell the community to come and support this dealership, because y'all are doing some really great things out there to support the community, and we need that. We need to sell cars so we can continue doing all these great things.
Realistically, if we could sell 3 or 4 cars a day for the end of the month, I mean, we would be very happy. I mean,
Yeah.
that would be a good pop going into February, because I think February is going to be a real nice month. I think that the weather's going to start turning a little bit, hopefully for us. I'm not trying to play weatherman. We already have weather woman.
We do.
So we
Oh,
don't need
Miss
me
Lacey
sitting there
Pont,
doing
she's
that.
on
But I'm
it.
hoping that we don't wake up and walk outside and it's freezing to death. So I
Yeah.
mean, I think that people start getting more more frisky, and stuff like that, starting to want to go down to the beach. So why would you not come out and get you a new vehicle to take to the beach?
Yeah, really. And y'all have such the VIP service. If somebody is interested and they don't want to get cold, like cold natured, like this girl right here, you'll have it already warmed up and heated seats on if the vehicle has that, and even a heated steering wheel, because there's such thing as that. Ooh, it's so nice. But yeah, you'll have it ready for them. Would you even let's say somebody's at work today and they can't break away, but they really want to look at a new car and they're even ready to buy, would you go take that car down too?
Absolutely.
So you'll do whatever.
Absolutely.
Your customer satisfaction and customer service is top of mind
and we
tier.
also deliver cars. I mean, we'll do out-of-state deals. I mean, there's really not much that we won't do as far as, obviously we're not going to, fake deals, but I mean,
don't tell me the things you're not going to do. No, really. But of course on the up and up, because you'll have a high standard here that you live
but
by.
we'll take care of a customer the best we can. I mean, if somebody can't make it in, somebody had an accident, they don't have a car to get here or something like that, I mean, we'll bring the car to you.
Yeah, don't let that stop you. If there's any reason that you can't come in, they will come to you. So give us a call. We'll have to pop that number up on the screen. Do you know the phone number? 256 is. I know it starts with that.
Yeah, it has a 3 in there somewhere.
Yeah, there. 530 0820.
There you go.
That is the phone number. I'm gonna have to, words.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to. We will. Words I can remember. Numbers.
I'm
not
over
so
here
much.
looking at this.
I know we don't
banner
have
over here.
anything with the phone number,
No,
and
we
y'all
don't.
don't call here very often.
No, we don't.
But definitely, you can comment if you're watching this on any kind of streaming platform. Send us a comment. Let us know if there's any way that we can help. Send us an inbox message. Just get on Google and search Greenway CDJR in Anniston, and you can contact directly from there. But get in touch with us. And also, we want to hear from you on what's going on in the community. If you have a special story that you would like to share, a special accommodation that someone has received in the community, or if you just want to get the word out about a fundraising event or any kind of activity that's going on in the computer. It's Monday, y'all. In the community, we want to hear about it, and that's one of the reasons why we're here, is to support the community and ask for the community to support this dealership, because y'all are under new management. So this building itself has been here for quite some time. However, when a business moves out, a new business moves in, and you are the new business that has moved into the to this building.
Yeah, there's no question about that, and we've had some people that's actually came back in and talked to us and things of that sort, and told us that some of the stuff that they had take place was 7 years ago and things of that sort, and like the conversation that we had with them, I mean, I wish it wouldn't have happened,
Sure.
But unfortunately, I can't go back and fix things that's happened in the past. The only thing that I can do is, with these guys, fix what's in front of us. And I think that's the big opportunity, is getting people to understand that and give us the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, just because it's the same building doesn't mean it's the same business.
And I mean, it's just unfortunate that people have to go through things like that. But that's just like saying your favorite place to eat. I mean, just because you had one bad experience, you're not going to go back there again. I mean, you're going to give them that second opportunity. That's all we ask for. I mean, and if it doesn't happen at that point, then we get it. Yeah. But I don't think that that's going to be the case.
Yeah, give you a chance, because it's a whole new ownership and management 100%. And team. We do have some of our favorite faces that stayed on, like JJ.
Right.
And, yeah. So you have that familiarity. But for the most part, it's a whole new ownership.
Correct.
So can you guys believe it's already been an hour? We are approaching on the 8:30 hour, and it's time to get busy and start helping these customers. And we need to sell at least 3 today, 3 tomorrow, and 3 Wednesday. So if you were looking for a vehicle, don't wait any longer. Come in today, give a call. If you need a salesperson to bring you a vehicle to check out, give us a call right here at Greenway, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. And we want to hear from you. So thank you so much for tuning in on this Monday morning, January 29th. We look forward to seeing you first thing again tomorrow morning at 7:30 to 8:30. Again, you're watching Ride and Shine, Cruising Mornings at Greenway CDJR in Anniston, Alabama, coming live. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. See you tomorrow.